In 1816, Congress established a second bank of the U.S. In 1818, the state of Maryland decided to impose taxes on the second bank of the U.S. James W. McCulloch, a cashier at the Baltimore branch of the second bank, has declared these taxes unconstitutional. He has refused to pay his taxes for this bank. In response, the state of Maryland is suing McCulloch over his response. Daniel Webster and William Henry are speaking on behalf of the bank that McCulloch works at.
Ladies and gentlemen, court is now in session. McCulloch is not present on his behalf in today's court case. However, Daniel Webster and William Henry will be speaking upon his behalf. Webster and Henry, what is your argument that McCulloch is presenting?
The bank is being taxed by the state of Maryland without Mr. McCulloch approval. McCulloch believes these taxes imposed on the bank are unconstitutional. His bank is federal institution. The federal government overrules any state legislature.
That's what's up, man.
Representative?
In 1818, the state of Maryland has been given the rights to charter Mr. McCulloch's bank alongside other banks. Therefore, he has to pay these taxes.
No, a national bank is implied in the Constitution. It's not stated.
Your response, Representative?
Nowhere in the Constitution does it give Congress the right to establish a national bank. We see it as giving the national government too much national power.
The ability to tax and spend is granted to Congress by the Constitution. It can only be carried out by the establishing a national bank if it's not chartered by Congress. Then there is.
The government does not have the authority to tax national banks. We gain the money for funds from not only the people, but the banks, like McCulloch as well. Also, it will help expand the federalist power and we can tax banks without ruling
Settle down, people. Representative, please be patient with your arguments and let people speak on Mr. McCulloch's behalf. Carry out their own. Now, Mr. Webster, you may finish your argument.
As I was saying earlier, you cannot tax the bank since it's chartered by Congress.
Representative, now you may respond to your opponent's argument with your own.
As I said, Maryland does have the authority to tax the bank, even without proof by the Constitution. In 1818, we passed an act to tax banks that are not chartered by the legislature. Therefore, the bank is now chartered, and Mr. McCulloch does not need to pay the taxes.
People on Mr. McCulloch's behalf?
Congress has established this bank, and the state doesn't have the authority to charter it since owned by Congress and not the state. Therefore, they can't tax the bank.
This is a very overwhelming decision. I need to think this out.
Tick tock, 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 tick tock.
I decided that Mr. James McCulloch is the victor in this case. I agree with Mr. McCulloch. In his point of view, it is unconstitutional to tax a bank that isn't charged by the government. Ladies and gentlemen, I now declare this case closed.
The court has decided that the state did not have